We are back, come one, come all, and all hail the end of tax prep season. Welcome back to Jacksonville's retirement coach here with Adam Wolf, the president of Wolf Retirement Navigation. He's a certified public accountant, certified financial planner, and he would love for you to be in touch with the team there, wolfretirement.com, and you can dial them up to 904-232-8760. If you've heard us giving out a different number too, that one also works, but this one works too, 904-232-8760. I'm your co-host, Doug Turnbull, and of course, I'd love to encourage you, if you're listening here, to get that free portfolio analysis today to help build a plan and a lifelong partnership with Wolf Retirement Navigation. With that being said, Adam, tax season in arrears, kids turned 12, sisters moved to town. It's kind of like you're turning a new leaf here in quarter two of 2025. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Doug. I love this time of year. In Jacksonville, Northeast Florida. This is the reason why I moved down here with our weather. Coming up this month, it's 20 years that I've lived in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida.
No way.
Originally coming down from the D.C. metro area after starting my career up there for 5 years. And I came down to visit some friends in 2004 who lived in Atlantic Beach. And it was a beautiful day in April, and the whole weekend was wonderful, and no clouds, 70 degrees. And I said, I will be back next year. And I came back. I found my way down here after getting back to D.C., and it was freezing rain in April, and the cherry blossoms weren't even coming out yet. And so, long story short, 20 years later, I'm definitely not looking in the rearview mirror.
I love it. Yes, my brother is he's in the Navy, and he'll be soon later this year moving back to Jacksonville after being up in Annapolis, Maryland for a couple of years. So I'll be glad that he's down there. And I know this is just an audio medium here, but I'm wearing his SS Sullivan shirt, the ship he used to serve on. So he'll be serving on a different ship eventually. But yeah, so Jacksonville vibes all the way. I love Atlantic Beach, and we definitely love that you all are listening in too. We love the positive vibes here, even when we have to dig down and get into the nitty gritty of retirement. So we thank all of you for listening today. And remember, you can hear our past shows, like the show we did just most recently about planning for the tariffs and retirement, and really 5 potential risks to brace for as tariffs could impact retirement there. Be sure to check out that past show on the media page at wolfretirement.com and on Apple and Spotify and some of the other podcatchers. All right, today we're going to use a maybe tongue-in-cheek way or a fun way to get into the scourge that is analysis paralysis. All right, so what we're learning is that Gen Z, there's been some studies and such, is that Gen Z is facing choosing what to wear to work analysis paralysis. All right. They started out their careers, some of them 5 years ago, in the throes of the pandemic, and it was pajama bottoms to work every day. And then suddenly, as companies have changed their policies, more people are heading to the office. They're like, you know what? I haven't had to choose an outfit every day. Keep in mind, they had to choose outfits to go to class every day, all the way through middle, high school, college, and all that. So what didn't seem like that was that long ago, but hey, whatever. They're not likely being faced with a choice. And we've heard about different prominent, successful people that eliminate certain choices in their life so they don't have analysis paralysis. Nick Saban this is, someone telling me the story. Nick Saban had his assistant not even ask him what he wanted for lunch every day and ordered the same basic meal every day. Just whatever she ordered, I'm eating. I don't have time to plan when I'm eating for lunch. I'm recruiting and trying to win 70,000 national championships, okay? Steve Jobs had the basic dark gray turtleneck and khakis or slacks or whatever it was. And this all comes from, basically we're talking about all of Gen Z like a monolith. We're talking about a few loud ones on TikTok, okay, that have decided to employ the Steve Jobs outlook of choosing what to wear to work. All right, and they're either actually doing the Steve Jobs outfit or just they bought 4 polos or 5 polos and wear that every single day and just rotate it out and make sure to do your laundry. So that's to avoid analysis paralysis so they could just get right to the job. Now, first world problems, Adam. I've got too many clothes that I have to decide what to wear to work. I mean, God bless. But we certainly could see with all the different levers to pull in retirement and financial portfolio planning that people could just seize up and get analysis paralysis, especially with all the noise out there. So how do you help people? That was a 2-minute setup plus to say, how do you help people cut through the doggone noise?
My clients who know me, they know I love the Blazers. So I got some Blazers that I rotate, and they love that. They love seeing those blazers. But I started my career years and years and years ago, and we were required at the CPA firm I started at to wear suits. And I remember they had given us a bonus when I graduated college to buy suits, and that was what the bonus was for. So I was as cheap as possible and got as many cheap suits as I could to try to save as much of that bonus as I could for other things, like moving to Washington, D.C. from Blacksburg, Virginia, which was a culture shock and a cost shock. If you can imagine. So
I'll bet.
So yeah, there's, multiple choices that go into making, your analysis when it comes to retirement. I mean, it can be paralyzing for some people because there's so many choices, and that's a great thing of living in the United States, but it's also it can be a detrimental thing when we talk about the choices, because I look at it, there's multiple choices. Plan types. We talk about plan types, 401ks, IRAs. Do I need a Roth IRA? How does my 403b work? How does my TSP work? All the plan types can start to be one choice. Another choice could be what investments go in those plans. All right. Could it be?
Oh, yeah.
Do I choose stocks? Do I choose bonds? Do I choose mutual funds or exchange traded funds or annuities or money markets? And then, the other third choice, major choice out of the three, is do I do it myself? Do I plan all this for myself, by myself, or do I hire someone to help me with it? And that is, I basically look at the 3 E's. Do I have the effort? Do I have the energy? And do I enjoy doing this myself? And if I don't, then I need to hire somebody to help me with this. And there's all different types of financial professionals out there. There's financial advisors out there. There's a whole slew of things. So do I go with a financial person who does general, they do everything under the sun from college planning to helping you grow your money? Or do I pick somebody who is retirement focused only? Do I go with a salesperson who is only worried about getting sales versus a planner, somebody who plans out over the long haul through the lifetime to help me with all of the questions and all of the goals that I need to accomplish? And do I go with, another thing is the experience level, somebody who's seen a lot of things. And that goes a long way when it comes to, taking your retirement and protecting it and growing it and making sure, because it's as serious as a heart attack, your overall nest egg and making sure it's protected.
Yeah, well, that seems like – so who deploys those 3 E's? You're talking about if you have the effort and energy and do you enjoy it, is that something that someone who's looking to maybe come to you needs to consider before whether they pick an advisor or not? How do they interface those 3 E's with helping them cut through the noise?
I'll give you a great example. I met with a gentleman a couple months ago, and he came in, and I looked at what he brought in, and not only did his plan look good that he put together himself, it was efficient. So he had the effort towards it. Lots of spreadsheets, lots of very diverse. The numbers look great from a confidence level of never running out of money. He had the energy to do it. And he enjoyed, more important, Doug, he enjoyed it. Like he loved it. And so that was how he spent and how he's spending a portion of his retirement. So there's nothing I can do and my company can do to help him do it better. So that type of person is better when you look at those 3 E's to do it themselves. Now, if you want to enjoy your retirement by not relying on that and not having to do that on a day-by-day basis, that's where you want to hire somebody to help you with it.
I see. Okay. So yeah, especially the enjoyment part, right? If you look, we hire someone, we probably know how to do most phases of cleaning the house or mowing the grass. But if you don't have the time, that might be the energy part, right? If you don't enjoy it, I definitely did not enjoy mowing the grass almost always, or I didn't have the time really, I guess. But that's a great way to look at it. Even if you want to put in the effort, if you just don't have the time, gosh, buy that time back. And that's why you hire someone like that. Now, as far as a bunch of other opinions now, so there's the opinion you have about things. There's the opinion that your advisor is going to have about things that a lot of times, of course, will be based upon fact. What do you tell people when they come to you, whether they're actually working with you or not, and they have heard the latest thing that a talking head has said. All right. They've heard the latest thing a talking head has said. There's some extra noise in there. How do you help them, kind of get it out of their system, but also coach them on careful what you listen to, I guess?
Yeah, no, I'm here to address any concern my clients have, whether they hear something from, their brother, or they hear something from the media or something along the lines that could be concerning to them. We address it. We address the facts of it. If I don't have the information on it specifically, I'll research it, and we'll look at it fact-based. And that's how we solve it. And it might be something, hey, you may want to add to your portfolio or add to your plan, but a lot of times it's something maybe hearsay, or it might be misinformation is the key. A lot of big buzzword right now with things. So we have to be careful what, a Susie Orman says, which she can have some great information about debt and savings.
Yeah.
But it may not be factual when it comes to a specific investment for your specific situation. This stuff is so important. It's up there with your family. It's up there with your health, your nest egg, your retirement, and relying on what you save to live off of efficiently and for the rest of your life. It has to be unique, and it's as serious as a heart attack. I can't say that enough, Doug.
Well, for sure. One size fits all. May work with a baseball cap, all right? May work with a Jacksonville boiled shrimp hat, okay? The Jacksonville jumbo shrimp. I don't know why I said boiled. A Jacksonville jumbo shrimp hat, okay?
Yeah.
And by the way, went to one of those games. That was awesome. But it does not work necessarily with your retirement plan, because the word snowflake got just purely by so many people over the years. But everybody's plan is a snowflake. It's a different shape. It's a fingerprint. It's a different size. So you need somebody to help you cut through the noise, and that could be Adam Wolf and the Wolf Retirement Navigation Team. So you should call them up at 904-232-8760, 904-232-8760, and get that comprehensive and complimentary retirement outlook plan. You have that Retire Smart plan, right, Adam, that you can help put these things in straight lines.
That's right. We do it complimentary for folks that we're meeting with, and our clients, we're here for our clients. We meet with them multiple times a year. We help them with their tax preparation, their tax planning, all of their retirement planning. As life happens, as that retirement happens, if they're not retired yet, there's a lot of time, effort, and energy that goes into it, because I love what I do. And seeing the biggest thing for me is seeing someone get to that point where they do not have to live off of their work anymore, their income anymore, coming in from working, and being able to now rely on and enjoy the fruits of their labor, which is what retirement's all about, is to enjoy this stuff.
And not making a choice is also a choice. You can sit there and look at all the options. I'm very bad about this. There's so many things to do. I just seize up and go, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to keep thinking about it. And I'm going to blame the fact that there are so many choices for the reason I don't do it. That is also a choice. All right. Are you going to choose to do nothing, or are you going to choose to take it by the horns and get a guide to help you take it by the horns? And that is Adam Wolf, who's the president of Wolf Retirement Navigation. He's a CPA, CFP there. Get that free portfolio analysis once again at 904-232-8760. Or you can go to wolfretirement.com. The contact button's right there in the top right-hand corner, along with that media button too, where you can find past episodes of the show, and you can find out more about the TV show and other places that Adam has appeared to try to get the retirement word spread. Adam, thank you so much for joining us today and coming in from the great outdoors, right? I'm sure it's going to be fun to head back outside and get some of that Florida sunshine.
That's it. The vitamin D down here in Florida this time of year is wonderful. We got to get it before the summer months hit us.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, of course. I'm all about those too. Yeah, vitamin D, delightful. Okay, so thank you so much for Adam Wolf joining us here. And of course, for all of you for listening and spending your well-earned time to come on. And remember, this show is all over Apple, Spotify, and whatnot. And share the link with someone you know if you think they need to hear it. And thanks again to our producer, Daniel Salerson, for getting it put together. For Adam and Daniel, I'm Doug. This has been Jacksonville's Retirement Coach, the podcast hosted by Adam Wolf. And we'll have another episode coming your way sooner than you know it.
Investment advisory services offered through Coil Capital LLC, a registered investment advisor. Wolf Retirement Navigation LLC and Coil Capital LLC are not affiliated. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against loss in periods of declining values. Opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and are not intended as investment advice or to predict future performance. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Consult your financial professional before making any investment decision. This information is designed to provide general information on the subjects covered. It is not, however, intended to provide specific legal or tax advice and cannot be used to avoid tax penalties or to promote, market, or recommend any tax plan or arrangement. Please note that Wolf Retirement Navigation LLC and its affiliates do not give legal or tax advice. You are encouraged to consult your tax advisor or attorney. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurer. Any references to protection or benefits or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products or services. Fixed insurance and annuity product guarantees are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing company and not offered by Coil Capital LLC. Florida Insurance License Number W016816.